Inek. In the Jessa. Khensu Keku Aka KallMeKek. But you could just call me Kek. Ashe, wherever you at. Libation. That libation, okay. So the notifications just got sent out. I just got my noti on my phone. So the noti should be going out to everybody on their devices. I'm on YouTube here. I'm on Instagram here. Here and here. So if I stay here, I should be pretty much centered. So we 4 days until the new moon, which will be the first new moon of the year. That part. The new moon that's about to pop up will be the first new moon of the year. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. I can put money on it you didn't. The first new moon. Hold on. The first new moon is going to be. What's up, GP? The first new moon itself is going to be. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat on Instagram or on YouTube because we on both channels. We on both channels here. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications, and chime in on the chat. I got my my Instagram on the actual YouTube on the screen, and I also have my Cash App on the screen. So make sure to hit the Cash App if anything flows with what I'm talking, flows with anything that you resonate with. But make sure you hit that like button for sure, because that's free. Make sure you hit the chat, that's free, and make sure you also hit that subscribe button, because that's free. You know, make sure you hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss out on that for the YouTube and on Instagram. You don't want to miss out on that either. Make sure to hit the hearts on here, and make sure you guys hit the follow on here. Make sure y'all share this YouTube on your social medias. Let's get this thing going. For my moderators, shout out to my moderators that are showing up in the chat. Well, not in the chat, but showing up on the video. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody. But yeah, we 3.5 days away from the new moon. We a day after Martin Luther King. Now I want to chime in on this. I was talking about this with my class yesterday, and I said, Martin Luther King, why is it he got a day, but Malcolm X didn't get one? Because that was the key. They didn't want Malcolm X energy to survive what was going to happen to Dr. King. Because everybody talk about Dr. King getting assassinated. Yeah, that happened. He did. That happened. But the thing is, what about his mama, who was also assassinated? His brother also mysteriously died. There were people who died See, this is the thing. You cannot, when you, and this is why I get nervous sometimes teaching certain things. I get nervous teaching certain things because you don't know who is going to do what. What do I mean by that? You don't know who's going to do what. What do I mean by that? There are certain people that do not have the same type of construct of restraint. So, for example, there's things I teach, but I won't teach on neither one of these platforms. There's things I have taught that I wish I never taught on any platform because of a few reasons. One, inconsistency. Inconsistency. I charge a certain price for a certain reason. Now, but I give everybody the same access to the same resources. So if I give you the access and the resources, if I give you the access and the resources, what's up, Shady Lies of YouTube? I give you the access and the resources to learn how to hit the lottery, to learn how to manifest certain things, to learn how to manifest these certain things. What it do, man? To learn how to do these things. And then you come up and you shit on me. Let's see how long that shit lasts. I'm on Instagram here, YouTube there. But let's see how long that shit lasts. Because your willpower will you or give you enough will horsepower on your behind your or rear wheel drive. It'll give you enough, but it won't give you all wheel drive. So you won't be able to complete the traction. That's what happens when you have distractions. So this one's called distractions of distant reactions. Because how much do we tap in and allow somebody that can't do this whoop, for YouTube or somebody that can't do this for Instagram whoop, that can't reach out and touch somebody. You can't reach out and touch somebody. How long you think your shit gonna last? Trying to affect somebody you can't touch. Because of when you tap in on certain things, bitch, you can't touch niggas on the spiritual level either. Trust me. I got something in my ear. Might be a motherfucker talking some shit. Wherever you at? Wherever you at? Pull up. Might be a bitch talking some shit. Cause here's the difference between me and a lot of other niggas. I don't need it. I don't. I don't need a lot of other niggas. I handle me by me. Like somebody asked me, "Are you part of the beef sector? Are you part of the sober sector? Are you part of the green sector? Are you part of the black sector? Are you part of the conscious sector? I'm part of the Khensu Keku Aka KallMeKek sector, nigga." That's the sector I'm proud of. See how I caught that, but I was looking over there? Some cockeyed. I'm just joking. I'm not. But I actually was playing some 2K before I decided to talk to you guys. Hit the Cash App. Hit the like button. Hit the Instagram and follow. Hit the subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And hit the fucking live chat. What did y'all do yesterday to harness that Martin Luther King energy? I saw, shout out to my nigga Dreamwise. Shout out to Dreamwise. Shout out to Dreamwise. I'll tag him in the description on YouTube, and I'll tag him on the in the comments on this Instagram video. But Dreamwise, shout out to Dreamwise on YouTube. Is Dreamwise. I think it's just Dreamwise. I think. Maybe. I'll have to look that up. But I'll put it on the description. But on Instagram is Dreamwise Alchemy. And Dreamwise underscore alchemy, if I remember correctly. Um Shout out to Dreamwise, but he was talking about harnessing the energy from yesterday, or harnessing the Martin Luther King energy, and that was just daydreaming all day. And it was interesting because I did that yesterday and was able to harness a lot of energy. I did a class yesterday and I was talking about dreaming and harnessing energy and how my dreams were. And one of the things I had spoke about was the concept of quantum consciousness. Quantum consciousness. Now, quantum consciousness is something that's totally different from what most people think quantum consciousness probably is. Let me go ahead and share this actually on Facebook as well. I forgot to do that. Give me a second. I got these goddamn what the thing is, motherfucking the thing. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on. We had to just share that on Facebook as well. But the fuck was I talking about? I just went on a whole tangent. Uh, oh, so harnessing that energy. And I was talking about quantum thought, and I was saying how like a lot of times I can have a thought about something, and then the person I'm having a thought about will literally understand the thought and text me about what the thought's about. Like my homegirl, I was texting her and she like just stopped texting me. And she really ain't a distant type person. So I asked her about something, and she didn't say anything to me. So I was like, "Well, a simple no would suffice." And then, and I apologized for asking anyway. And then she answered me afterwards. But it was almost like the thought was lingering for so long. I'm like, I don't even feel like texting this person because it seems like I'm being annoying. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't. But to me, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you called me and told me, "Hey, I'm pulling up in 20 minutes," and 45 minutes go by, unless I got some shit to do, I'm not about to call you. Now, if an hour and a half go by, I'm gonna call you and make sure you're okay. But I'm not about to call you and make sure you're still pulling up. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I am. I'm the same way with everybody. You know. So I've noticed these things have been transpiring in dreams. I've noticed these things have been transpiring in all types of shit. Like I had a job interview and I was waiting on my call back for my final interview for today. And then I got off the phone with the girl and like right as I was sitting back and I realized my phone was at like 1%. I charged my phone and no less than like 2 minutes later the dude that was gonna call me about the interview calls me and tells me to come in today. And that was yesterday when I had that interview. The interview tell me to come in for the final one today. Um, he didn't call me back, so I'm assuming they didn't want me. But this is the key: I got the job interview for the bus driver job to drive a school bus. Where you at? To drive the school bus, I got that tomorrow. And that one was the one I wanted in comparison anyway. So shout out to that. Shout out to that. So with this new moon coming in, I said it's the first new moon of the new year. It's the first new moon of the new year. Most people think it's the second new moon. It's the first new moon. The sun is not even in Capricorn yet. It's not even in Capricorn yet. The sun is technically in Sagittarius. It's moving to Capricorn. It will be in Capricorn soon. When the new moon happens, it will be in Capricorn. So I think it'll be in Capricorn either tomorrow. I think it's in. Well, it might be in the Capricorn to right now, but if not, it'll be in Capricorn tomorrow. Yes, Capricorn does not start at the end of December like you've been taught. The sun doesn't move through 12 zodiacs; it moves through 13. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the goddamn on share button. And for those that may be catching the replay, make sure you chime in the chat. It's cool to chat and chop it up with y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all and hold y'all for too long on this, but I'm gonna just share with you guys the information. If you feel generous or anything connects with what you're saying, tap in on the Cash App. But I titled this on YouTube Distractions. Distraction. Distraction of distant reactions. Because you have everything tapping in from a certain level. You have everything tapping in from a certain level on a certain spiritual plane. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? This is called your crown chakra. It's called your pineal gland, or your ajna chakra, your third eye chakra. This is called the I'm not even gonna act like I remember. I think it's called the Sahasrara chakra. I could be wrong. Um, crown, pineal. Brother Maverick, what's up, man? My man. The throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral root, right? Now here's the key on this. Here's the key on this. Every chakra is in a dimension of inner dimensions. So you have, if you understand the Kabbalistic understanding, you have the Kether, the Bina, the Chokma, right? Sorry, Kether, Bina, Chokma. Kether, Bina, Chokma, right? Right hand, left hand path. Kether, Bina, Chokma. Daf. You see? That's the diamond. Because the only thing you cannot see in reality is your own fucking face. You can see everything 3D but your face. You see your face 2D. You cannot see your face in 3D. Because you would need a mirror. And because the mirror itself is 2D, you cannot see it in 3D. It's a flat object. So, here's the point of this. No, that's why you cannot look into the face of God. Message. Message! That's why you can't look in the face of God. Because a black hole, if you look a black hole in the face, you see the black hole, you see the back of its head. What do I mean by that? The camera that's right here, and for Instagram right here, but the camera that's right here, looking at both of them at the same time. If I were to look at them, and they were black holes, because that's what they technically are, a black hole, just like your pupils are black holes. Mine may be a little red from this weed. Can we smoke a little bit? When it comes down to it, here's the key. If you were looking into a black hole, you would see the back of your own fucking head. If you look into a black hole face to face, you see the back of your head. That's why you cannot see your fucking face. Because you have two black holes in your face, here and here. You also have some here and here, here and here, and here. Your pores and your scalp and your pores don't count. Fuck these niggas talking about. Smoke break. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play some shit for you niggas real quick before I punch a bitch. Shit. Put some respect on Bobby Hemmett's name real quick. Let's go. When you bring this on now, this is a. Hold up. When you bring this on. Make sure y'all hit the like, hit the chat, and all of that. Let's go. It feel people completely free to come about with. Because and they're like a broken record. And I think it's in the spirit does that too. Remember one of the guys was saying that the spirit world sent us Uncle Toms to be the buffer zone. Which is black people love this man to death. And he part of the same system, but he's worse. He was worse, man.
See, Bush, you are reserved with him. You see what I'm saying? So my point here is it's actually happening. In that particular case, this, and it says, that core of people that is getting this, the core of people that this thing
fair
benefits,
use for educational purposes.
That's
Fair
what
use for educational
brings
purposes. Hear me?
change.
Yeet.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? In what way? Well, on a metaphysical level, on a social level, or whatever. It's happening. It's happening because it's gone to the point that the powers that be are so arrogant until they don't even have a clue that this stuff is going on. They don't even look for us anymore because one thing the spirit world did, they gave them so many pathetic decoys, which they call black leaders, that they constantly are surveying and under surveillance. You see what I'm saying? Till it leaves the real people completely free to come about with the solution.
Right, and do the work.
Because the work, and they're like a broken record. And I think it's in the spirit does that too. Remember one of the guys was saying that the spirit world sent us Uncle Toms to be the buffer zone.
Which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing. Because if every black person they met had a consciousness,
they be zooming on you.
They would say, no, we got a problem. But they look at these people and now remember now, they are psychologically damaged, spoiled by the fatted calf because they have a prima donna type of mentality now of being infallible. Until their own confidence, you see what I'm saying, is the undoing. Meanwhile, what it does is it gives us leeway and freedom to do what we have to do without the scrutiny of them bearing down on us because they really don't even know what's going on. They don't even have a clue. Because they're so into what they're into and what they think is the status quo to rule until they have no idea. So this thing works. It's beautiful when you really think about it. We go with the fear. We live with a fear of not pleasing our parents until we do well based on that. And they say, why? They say because our parents will cut us loose. They disown them.
When you brought dishonor.
When you bring dishonor. Now, this is an age-old thing, and this goes all the way back from Africa and around the world, of the ancient world. Now, this is the deal. Our children don't have that sense of going about dishonoring. Now, I can go by my life. They say, without the scrutiny of them bearing down on us, because they really don't even know what's going on. They don't even, because they have a prima donna type of mentality now, of spoiled by, they don't even look for us anymore because this stuff. But I'm the spirit is capable. This, and it says, strength is in the humble masses. You see what I'm saying? So my point here is it's actually happening in that masses at a loss. Because this whole concept that we are at a loss based on the masses not getting this too. You got people, and I'm quite sure, and it's happening. It's not at a loss because the ones who are capable, until they don't even have a clue. In what way? Well, on a metaphysical level, on a social level, or whatever, it's happening. It's happening because it's gone to the point that the powers that be are so arrogant until they don't even have a clue that this stuff is going on. They don't even look for us anymore because one thing the spirit world did, they gave them so many pathetic decoys, which they call black leaders, that they constantly are surveying and under surveillance. You see what I'm saying? Till it leaves the real people completely free to come about with the solution.
Right, and do the work.
Because the work, and they're like a broken record. And I think it's in the spirit does that too. Remember one of the guys was saying that the spirit world sent us Uncle Toms to be the buffer zone.
Which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing. Because if every black person they met had a consciousness,
They be zooming in on you.
They will say, no, we got a problem. But they look at these people, and now remember now, they are psychologically damaged, spoiled by the fatted calf, because they have a prima donna type of mentality now of being infallible into their own confidence. You see what I'm saying? Is the undoing. Meanwhile, what it does is it gives us leeway and freedom to do what we have to do without the scrutiny of them bearing down on us, because they really don't even know what's going on. They don't even have a clue. Because they're so into what they're into and what they think is the status quo to rule until they have no idea. So this thing works. It's beautiful when you really think about it. We go with the fear. We live with a fear of not pleasing our parents until we do well based on that. And they say, why? They say because our parents will cut us loose. They disown them.
When you brought dishonor.
When you bring dishonor. Now, this is an age-old thing, and this goes all the way back from Africa and around the world, to the ancient world. Now, this is the deal. Our children don't have that sense of going about dishonoring. Now, I can go by my life. They said, well, you know, your mama, we had 3 children. She had 3 sons. And all of them did fairly well in a particular aspect. They didn't end up in jail on dope or, you know, all strung out or whatever, different things like that. Now, I'm not necessarily saying now that because a child does end that way is because he didn't get this formula, because there's different capacities for different things. But they were trying to say is, how did all 3, and my mama used to say, I never gave them anything to be ashamed of me about. The difference.
Right.
Because most mass murderers, they say they hate their mama, or they ashamed of their mama, or something happened in a relationship that they can't cope with, especially that male, when it comes to female. So it's some of the same concept here, whereas this is the thing, and I try to tell some people this about this in Indiana, and one sister from the Nation of Islam totally got what took it out of context what I was saying. She didn't even get the concept. And I told them, look, you got to start writing some of your children off as far as disowning them to build a culture so they can be accountable. Because now they go and they get into some dope, they get into some mess, they murder somebody, and the parents are sitting up in the damn court co-signing just by being there. They go and they get into some dope, they get into some mess, they murder somebody, and the parents are sitting up in the damn court co-signing just by being there and not cutting them off.
Yeah, in other words, they have no sense of feeling any consequence for what they do.
Right, and the consequence can start at home.
Right, give you an example. Now, actually, here's a teacher. And she had a child that told a lie on her, and instead of the parents coming and dealing with the teacher about what happened, they automatically want to come in and be hostile.
Right.
And believe the child, knowing that the child is already bad.
Look,
the child got a track record for being.
And guess what? I got a friend went to college with me, and he got his teaching job in the mid-90s. He's been teaching since like 96. I think he said he did the 10-year anniversary. And for the last 10 years, his life has been a fiasco of reprimanding these children and the parents showing up, wanting to knock his head off, and never showing no solidarity with him when their children doing wrong, thus co-signing and sitting up and making setting up a perpetual cycle for them to do wrong because the mama and the daddy or whoever, you see what I'm saying, never stood up and said, look, I disown you.
Right, you're wrong.
You dishonor me.
Right, you dishonor me, you're embarrassed.
You see, something as simple as that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you ain't got to do all this and go all around the business to make sure a person don't do things. You just say, that's what it is like the Asians, the East Indians, the Arabs.
Everybody except us.
Everybody except us. When they say, no, I can't do this because my parents, I will dishonor my parents and my parents will disown me. Something as simple as that. You got to set up a law within your
you.